You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a whole study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shorter and I show her. She could never get a priest home. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Command to get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Hey, oh. Yeah. Hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. For top of my niggas.
I'm in the got my nigga Rawan with me, you know what I'm saying?
Under commanding general, your honor. Top of my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look. Hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit I never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is them brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, I'm this and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I'll tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, and it's death do us part. Look. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, that's all I know. In the photo, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, behold. a war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Papa bar. Took a Zach, watch the door. Matter of fact, like a door. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even Lord or this Lord. Told that bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the cow. Then when you speaking to me, fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steps. Them niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb. Yeah, bitch, we whole part. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low. Told that bitches either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana Salakia. We're teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth according to the Bible since 1969. You know what I mean? It's the Monday night scripture breakdown class in Killeen, Texas. You know what I mean? Topic of tonight's class is life is war. Salaki. Because of the Christian church, right? Because of the Christian church teaching black people, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans that, you know what I mean, life is prosperity. Life is prosperity. That's what they're teaching the Christian church, right? So we go up in there and we sing and dance and beat our tambourine and all of that. And we don't, at the end of the day, the Christian church ain't teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to change their life. And also, because they have this prosperity doctrine where they're trying to teach you that if you're going through anything, if you're going through any hardships or anything like that, that the Most High ain't with you. And then if you got, you know what I mean, if you got all the riches and all the wealth and everything going good for you, that means the Most High is with you. Well, that ain't nowhere in the Bible. Right. But that's what they teach up in the Christian church. That's what they teach you up in the Christian church. And that has taken a huge toll on our people because we've lost the spirit of warfare. We've lost the spirit of, you know what I mean? We've lost our fight as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I mean? We've lost that. We've lost the fight to, you know what I mean, to fight out of this hell, to try to, you know what I mean, to the point where all we want to do is join our oppressor and get their wealth, their riches, because of that prosperity doctrine. So your oppressor, you know what I mean, beats our culture out of us, takes our land, steals us, and brings us into captivity and puts us in this hellish situation. And because the Christian church turns around and teaches you about this prosperity doctrine, we look at our oppressor not as an enemy, like we would if we had the mind state of war. Right. Baba Kasha, let me get Exodus chapter, what is it, 3:15 or 15:3? Lord is a man of war. 15:3, throw out. But if we had the spirit that the Most High gave to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we would never, you know what I mean, we would never trust our enemy like the scriptures urge us not to do. We would never join ourselves to our oppressor and try to, you know what I mean, have respect for their riches and their lifestyle and try to chase after that. But because your Christian church has fooled you and lied to you at the command of our oppressor, then that's what we believe. We've lost that spirit of warfare. But this is the spirit that the Most High told Blacks, Hispanic, or this is the spirit that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who the Most High chose, the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, rather, the Israelites, according to the Bible, this is the spirit that we supposed to have. Bob Kashaf, if you don't mind, whoever read it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord love everybody.
The Lord is a man of war.
That's the first thing that you got to understand about the power that you serve, Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American, man. The power that chose us, the nation of Israel.
Right.
And that's what you got to understand about the power that you serve. That he is a man of war. And with us being the children of the Most High, see, everybody want to be a child of God, right? You ask any Black, Hispanic, or Native American, and they'll tell you, I'm a child of God. I'm covered in the blood and all this, that, and the third. But what did that say, Baba Kasha?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. The God of the Bible, who we claim to be spiritual. We claim to be, you know what I mean, connected to the Most High. You know what I mean? But the spirit, or the Most High, the God of the Bible, is a man of war. So that means with us being the Lord's children, then we're men of war. You know what I mean? We're a nation whose foundation is warfare.
Right.
And because your oppressor, or because your Christian church commissioned, because your oppressor commissioned your Christian pastor to teach lies, you know what I mean, about the Bible, to teach that, you know what I mean, to water down the Bible with Christian dogma. Now we've lost that fight, bro. We've lost that fight. And that's why you look around and see, let me get Micah chapter 2 and 10. If we look around and we see the condition of Black people, and we are downtrodden. Like, we are downtrodden, and you know what I mean, when you look at the condition of our people today, we've pretty much given up. Like, the rich of our people want to join to our oppressor, and if the rich of our people, if you don't have a certain level of status, or if you don't have a certain amount of money, even though you look around and you see all the poverty, all the homelessness, you know what I mean, you see where you live at, where you grew up with roaches and eating syrup sandwiches, you look at the condition of our people, and the rich of our people only respect the wealthy. And the rich of our people want to join ourselves to our oppressor. Salakia. You mind reading that for me real quick?
Book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. And Book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
See, we're trying to make this place our rest. We're trying to make our oppressor's kingdom our rest. So our oppressors, you know what I mean, they get rich. You know what I mean, they women are doing OnlyFans. Our sisters want to do OnlyFans. Our oppressor, you know what I mean, gets rich by you know what I mean, they want to be drug lords and gangsters, and you know what I mean, things like that. And then we follow after those footsteps and try to be like what's Scarface, and you know what I mean, all these Italian gangsters that we watched growing up. You know what I mean? We try to emulate that and try to, you know what I mean, like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying by any means necessary. And we respect it. Like a brother, you know what I mean, he'll make a lifestyle, make a living off of selling, you know what I mean, selling drug star people. Like, take for example, you look at Jay-Z, spent his spent the great deal of his lifetime, you know what I mean, just selling drugs to our people.
Right.
And then he got rich off of it, started, you know what I mean, doing his music and all of that. And now he's so-called, now he wants to be a voice, the voice of politics for black people, you know what I mean, and black issues. And to where now he can dictate whether we should still be kneeling for the national anthem in sports or not. You know what I mean? And we don't look at things like that. We don't look at the hypocrisy of where you made a lifestyle of destroying our people, following after our oppressor, and then try to, now you're some sort of educated pilot, or you're some sort of what's the word? You're some sort of voice of reason for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Like it, priest.
Right.
You want to say something?
Now, if I could, it's heavy what you're bringing out, because it's like, because, you know what I'm saying, our people are so destroyed, like, we don't really, you know what I'm saying, as Blacks and Hispanics, we don't really credit or like, that's where you get your credit from, your validation, how much harm you cause your people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we get rappers that come up, entertainers, and unless you've been stamped that you sold this or you did this amount of harm,
right,
it's like we don't even try to validate, or you can't even speak for the people because you haven't harmed them, which is insane. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's sticking the head. Give that a hand. What he said was absolutely the truth. You about to say something, Priest? No. Okay, no sweat. But what he said was absolutely true. Like, you don't get no respect. We don't get no respect amongst our people unless you done did the most robbing. You got the most bodies, or you done sold the most drugs. You done been in and out of jail the most. Like, you don't. It's hard to get respect amongst our people if you haven't done those things. And that's because read that again, Bob Bashar.
Verse 10, arise, ye depart, for this is not your rest.
See, what we don't understand is this right here, America and the lifestyle that America is built off of, that is not our rest. And we're not supposed to take on the culture and we're not supposed to take on the habits of our oppressor trying to get rich alongside our oppressor. This is not our rest. Go ahead, read on.
Because it is polluted.
Because it is what?
Polluted.
Go ahead, read on.
It shall destroy you.
This is why we destroyed in this country, where we try to, in this world, because we try to emulate our oppressors' behavior and try to make our lifestyles pattern after how they, you know what I mean, they live by the sword. Your oppressor lives by the sword. They get ahead of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They get over top of us, and they get their power by, you know what I mean, bloodshed, by robbing, by taking life, by doing all these diabolical things to the children of God, man. But the Most High, through his prophets, he told us to arise and depart, not saying leave America, because again, we're scattered on the four corners of the earth. So we're all over the world. So there's nowhere where Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can run to and escape our oppressors.
right.
So it's not talking about this earth. It's talking about that mindset. You can't. This is not your rest. So like you had something.
If I could, you saying so heavy because as Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we have the same mindset as the enemy, as the oppressor. And we think this society will never fall. That's why we do the things they do. That's why we smoke. That's why we eat the thing we shouldn't be eating, because we think this society would never fall. Right. Just like the oppressor. But the thing is, while they living their best life, you still are here on hell. Right. You're going through so much turmoil here on this world while they living their best life. So don't you want this place to fall so you can start living your best life?
Right.
And that's the thing, man. That's why I say it's polluted. You
should
not want to be part of this place because this place will burn. Like,
right. No,
I say, look.
No, get out of here. What that brother said was so heavy, and that goes to my next point. Like, that's what the rich of our people do. You know what I mean, when you look at the poor of our people, and even the rich of our people, because even to your oppressor, you're poor. Like, no matter how much money you got, Jay-Z is poor to what's his name, Jeff Bezos. Jay-Z is poor. You know what I mean, you take any, Diddy is poor, Kanye is poor compared to you know what I mean, Mark Zuckerberg and all these oppressors who you know what I mean, who we try to pattern our behavior after. Go ahead.
And even with this, you still a nigga at the end of the day. They still look at you as a nigga.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And like the priest just said, that's why we, especially the poor of our people, but that's why we get high, because we're hopeless, right? Or we feel like we're hopeless. You know what I mean? We look at the condition of our people, and we feel like we're powerless to change it unless, like the brother said earlier, unless we're robbing our people, unless we're doing harm to our people, we feel like we're powerless to change it. And even if you do, say you try to take the honorable route, try to, you know what I mean, join your oppressor's workforce, try to join politics or their police force or whatever the case is, and you try to do it in an honorable way, try to, you know what I mean, go to college, start your own business. And there's nothing wrong with, you know what I mean, going to college, starting your own business, things like that. But we feel like if we go to so-called honorable route and do those things, then we can't relate or connect to our people anymore. Right. So it's like no matter what we do, we feel hopeless in doing anything. And then at the end of the day, like the brother just said, we still a nigga at the end of the day. Right. So that's the reason for every single bad decision that we make as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you ask any brother or any sister, like, why'd you, you know what I mean? Why you rob that? Why you do so much robbing? You know what I mean? Why you selling drugs to your people? They gonna tell you the same thing. Well, you know, I never had a father. You know, my mother, she this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third. I had grew up with roaches and rats, and we gonna give that same explanation because the habits that we have come from us being hopeless, man. Right. But let me get 2 Timothy chapter 1:7 real quick. So this is what we got to understand about. This is what we got to understand. Like, and this is why it's so diabolical what the Christian church does to Black, Hispanic, and Native American minds. Like, we go to school, right, and learn about how the first thing you learn about yourself is that you was a slave. You just some slave that would just run around butt naked in the Congo somewhere, riding zebras and eating, you know what I mean? You was just some savage. Same thing they say about the Native Americans. Like, it was just some savages over here running around butt naked, shooting bows and arrows, eating water buffalo. You know what I mean? With the little, wearing the skins with the little flap over the jump. You know what I mean? That's how they describe you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, right from the gate, from the beginning of what you know about your history. That's what they describe you as. Right. So we don't, and it's so evil what the Christian church does, because we come from that, and then we go to the Christian church who are supposed to teach us the truth according to this Bible, but they teach us, you know what I mean, God loves everybody and Jesus is white. They got a white Jesus on their wall. Right. So you looking at how evil and relentless your oppressor steps on Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and it's we can't understand it. Like, it's like we gotta love this person, we gotta love this nation of people, but they still, like, they have done so much to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to destroy us, but the God that we pray to is white. Right. That's what makes it so evil what your Christian pastor does. That's why it's so evil what your Christian pastor does. Because if we had just known what we're about to read right here, then we would understand how to fight this battle. Like, we're not gonna fight it like our oppressor. We're not gonna, you know what I mean, take up arms and try to, you know what I mean, or try to join with our oppressor. We're not gonna go on a unaliving spree on our oppressor either. Right. Go ahead, read what you got.
Book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of sound of mind.
The Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear, man. And that spirit of fear is the reason why we get high. The reason why we, you know what I mean, why we turn to violence and harming one another. Right. Because we feel like we got to get it by any means. And the only way that we can we feel like we can do it is what they show us on TV, what they show us in music and entertainment is by, you know what I mean, doing those things. But the Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear, man. The Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear because we are men of war, just like our Father, the Most High, man. And let me get Deuteronomy, or Slacky, not Deuteronomy, Exodus, real quick. And I'm gonna show you something, right? And this is let me get Exodus chapter 6 and verse 9. Because this is the mind state that we tend to have, being raised by our oppressor, being raised underneath Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who were taught and who give honor and respect to your oppressor. Our Christian pastors, our so-called religious leaders, our grandparents, and our coming out the world, our people, like it says in John chapter 8:44, we are of our father the devil. The things that we were taught, we emulate those things. But go ahead and read, or Slack it. Start from verse 5 real quick. Verse 6, Salaki.
Book of Exodus, chapter 6, verse 6. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgment.
See, this is what we in the ISUPK go out and do for brothers and sisters, man. We go out and teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that the Most High, just like He delivered us out of Egypt in Exodus, He's going to deliver Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans out of this captivity, man. And He hasn't forgotten His people, and we are to never. In the meantime, we are to, come back to our culture. Never trust our enemy, man, and prepare for, for when the Most High when the Most High sends Christ to redeem Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what we go out and teach our people when we go to camp, when we teach classes, things like that. And that's exactly what Moses was doing thousands of years ago. The Most High commanded Moses to go to the people and tell them that the Most High will bring you out of the burdens of Egypt and rid you of their bondage and redeem you. But this is what happens. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 7. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which brightened you out from under the burdens of Egypt, the Egyptians.
See, what happens today is we look at the condition, or we'll look at the condition that we in today, and we don't even see that we in bondage. Like we don't even acknowledge it. Like, well, we'll acknowledge it for for a brief while, but then when it comes time for us to actually, we're supposed to hear this and get galvanized. Like, that the Most High is Christ was a black man who died for only black people. God does not love everybody. Your oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks of, and that you will, as it is written, thus saith the Lord, that your oppressor will go into bondage for his crimes against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That should rile us up. That should galvanize us to where we it should give us hope to where we not just, we don't feel like there's no hope. We just stuck out here just in this this impoverished condition. Right. That's what would normally happen. Right. Where we at? Let's get verse 9 real quick.
verse 9.
See, hearing all of these things, it should galvanize Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to find out, okay, what we got to do. Okay, this is the Most High. This is who our power is. And this is the God, the same God that delivered us out of Exodus is the same God that is the same God of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, what do I need to do? What is it there? And this is the job of your Christian pastors. They're supposed to be teaching you, like, hey, this is how you serve the Most High, man. Who got the spirit of a black man. This is how you follow after Christ, who is a black man, who never told us to love everybody, who is a revolutionary. This is what your Christian pastors took an oath, so-called, to teach us.
Right.
But because they don't teach us this, then we've lost that spirit.
Right.
But go ahead and read verse 9.
Book of Exodus, chapter 6, verse 9. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel.
So Moses went out and told the people of Israel exactly what the Most High told them. Exactly like we do in these scriptures. We look in these scriptures, we look in these records, we look at these prophecies, and we go out to the people and be like, hey, look, this is talking about you. Deuteronomy chapter 28 is talking about you. And if you follow the Most High, you'll get these blessings.
Right.
And if you don't follow the Most High like we haven't been doing, we'll experience every curse that we've been experiencing up until present day and moving forward. We go out to the people and tell them what the Most High said. Go ahead, read on.
But they hearkened not unto Moses.
But they did what?
But they hearkened not unto Moses.
So just like they don't listen to us today, they didn't listen to Moses. But we're going to find out why. This is why, and this is what you got to understand about how important it is for you to understand the spirit of warfare. Right. And that the spirit the spirit that the Most High gave Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read that again. They said, but they hearken not. Read that again.
But they hearken not unto Moses. For anguish of spirits.
For what?
For anguish of spirits.
For what?
For anguish of spirits.
You know what anguish means? Anybody feel free to answer. Anybody online as well. As a matter of fact, let's just get the definition real quick. But Moses went out and told the people exactly what the Most High said in their bondage. Like they're in the midst of bondage where they're being cruel. You know what I mean? They trying to stop them from having babies, having sons, so that they nation can't grow anymore. You know what I mean? They I can't remember if this is what you said, Priest.
It's like I said, just like like everything you said. If I could, Priest, like what you saying so heavy because America was around like 250 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, how long Egypt was around?
250 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like we think this will never happen to us. Right. The Lord is setting us free right now. You see what's going on across seas with the small hats people and with the Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? Those are wars starting because to save us.
Right.
Why is inflation? Why is $20 ain't worth nothing anymore? To save Black, Hispanic, and Americans. The same thing that's happening in Egypt, that did happen in Egypt, is going to happen to America.
Right.
But we don't think that because we think, hey, I'm here.
Right.
I gotta survive any means.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the only way is to survive and come back to the Lord.
Right.
That's the only way that Black, Hispanic, and Americans can survive. We try to survive. We try to survive in the 80s. We try to survive in the 90s. In the 2000s, man, right. It's not working.
Right.
So why not come back to something that worked before?
Right. Get out of here. And that's so heavy what you just said, Priest, because it worked before. Right. And what your Christian pastor, why they just such an evil it's just such an evil organization, a Christian church. And I blame our oppressor, but once we realize that it's not working, we got to turn away from it. But that's what makes the Christian pastor, or that's what makes the Christian church so damn evil, because, again, they're supposed to be teaching us what's in his Bible. And if we knew what was in his Bible, because what the priest just said also was heavy too. Like, we trying to survive for right now because we think that we didn't live from birth till like a teenager, poor, you know what I mean, getting abused, starving, roaches and rats and all of that, living in the slums, you know what I mean, getting abused. And then we like, I gotta get it how I got to. You know what I mean? So we trying to feed ourselves for today. But the Most High, if we knew this Bible, we would know that when you die, when you die, you come back.
Right.
So you're gonna have to live. You're gonna have to live out the condition that that's left behind.
Right.
So we would live a certain way. So like it, sir.
If I may, what y'all bringing out is heavy, and I think the thing about it is, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we don't know that it's not working, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been conditioned, you know what I'm saying, to live in hell, you know what I'm saying? And we don't even look at it as like we're in captivity no more, you know what I'm saying? Because, you can go out, you can buy a house. You can go out, you can buy a car. You can go out and get a good job, you know what I'm saying? So in your mind, you thinking that you have the same opportunities, you know what I'm saying, as everybody else, here in America. So in your mind, it's not about it not working. You know what I'm saying? It's about it ain't working for you and what you got to do to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what you brought out was heavy because, the Christian church, definitely is a culprit. You know what I'm saying? Because now we're so far removed from the Bible. You understand?
Right.
We've been hearing that, Jesus is coming back, for hundreds of years now. You know what I'm saying? And now it's to the point, to where, yeah, we hear it, but I don't really think people really believe it. You understand? And so because they don't believe it, in this culture in America, it's tell you, hey, live your best life. YOLO, you only live once. And that's the mentality that we have. We're gonna live it up, and we're gonna, live our best life, and that's gonna be that. But like I say, what y'all bring out is heavy because what we have to understand that there is always a judgment. You understand? There's always a judgment, and when that judgment comes, you know what I'm saying? Like if we choose, to like the Bible says, choose ye this day. You know what I'm saying? Who you gonna serve?
Right.
Like you gotta make a choice. Because when the Lord come back, it's like when they say ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, it's the same thing with this. Ignorance of the law is not no excuse. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord comes back and you talk about, oh, you didn't know the law, you didn't know the law. Hey, well, listen, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Try to get it next time. You know what I'm saying? It's
All right.
Get out of here. It's so damn heavy. Like it's so damn heavy. Like our people, right? Because the Christian church has not taught us, has not taught us the truth in these scriptures. We don't read verse 9 real quick for me again. We don't know that what's in this Bible actually works. We don't even consider it. Like the priest said, like we don't even, because we looking at what's right in front of us. We're looking at the condition we in. We're looking at what's going on around us, and we just like, I just gotta get it right now. I gotta get it how I live, and if this don't work, I gotta do it like this. And we don't consider the Most High, because we go up in that Christian church and we see a white Jesus on the wall, and we see hypocrisy in that Christian church. We see abuse and robbery in the Christian church. So we don't even since we associate the Christian church with this Bible, then we just throw the baby out the bathwater. But what we got to understand is what's in this Bible not only has happened before and is happening now, but it will happen again. And we would know that if only we had these records. Go ahead and read that verse 9 real quick.
Book of Exodus, chapter 6, verse 9. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses from anguish of spirit.
So because of heavy bondage, you got that definition of anguish?
This is the definition of anguish. It is extreme pain, distress, or anxiety.
So because of that's so heavy. That's so damn heavy, because you ask anybody who get high or is an alcoholic, or why you or is popping, Zans and lean and whatever the hell, why everything is laced with fentanyl and they trying to do everything to make drugs stronger and stronger. The reason, if you ask any drug addict or drug abuser or alcoholic or whatever the case is, you ask them why they drink excessively or smoke, want to get high all the time, they're going to tell you, read the Bible shop, if you don't mind reading those definitions again.
I know what it is. Extreme pain.
Extreme pain. So the reason why they getting high or they getting drunk out their mind is because of extreme pain, Go ahead.
Distress.
So you just stressed out. You trying to pay your bill. You trying to keep your lights on. You trying to figure out how to keep food in your you know what I mean, on your kids, on the table for the kids. If you can even see your children, you know what I mean. You are living through hell. You got to work 80-hour weeks and then goddamn child support taking most of your check. You know what I mean? So you just distressed, and you just got all you got left is you got about $100 left on your check after working $80 or it's like 80 hours a week. So now you got enough to maybe put some gas in your car and get you a little sack. Go ahead.
Nah, so like if I could, now you got enough just to get back to the slave for another 80 hours. That's it.
Right. Damn right. And that's reality for most of our people. Like, that's the reason why if you ask anybody, they're gonna, if you ask them why you getting high, why you an alcoholic, why you you know what I mean, why you selling drugs, why you doing all these things that are destructive to you and your people and your family, they're gonna tell you all of those definitions that the priest just read. Did we miss anything on that?
Oh, the last one is anxiety.
And anxiety, good night. Now, how many times have you heard that? Where I got anxiety, we self-diagnose, like a lot of, like, when a brother or sister want to get high, it's always anxiety. And it's like, you wanted to say something? No. Okay, but I get it. Because we living in the condition that we living in, we are suffering from all those things. But we don't understand that lifestyle isn't for us, because we think that we're just like everybody else. Right. We're just like all these other nations when the Most High separated us. So we might be going through this condition, but the answer ain't for us to get high and numb ourselves and to you know what I mean, drink ourselves under the table, or to, you know what I mean, get in these streets and start getting it how we can. You know what I mean? He told us to get it another way, man. And we have to go to war. We have to go to war with ourselves. We have to go to war with the spirit of America that's got us. Read that part in verse 9 real quick about Kashai.
But they hearkened not unto Moses, anguish of our spirit, and for our cruel bondage.
See, your anguish of spirit ain't supposed to, you know what I mean, ain't supposed to have you downtrodden, ain't supposed to have you trusting and leaning on your oppressor, trying to be like your oppressor, taking on their customs. Right. But us looking around and seeing this condition that we in, if we had these records, man, that it would galvanize us to follow the Most High and also give us hope, because we know that because of these records, that this is not our rest. Right. And we know that Babylon is falling to rise no more. Right. We would only know that because of these records. I like it, priest.
Yeah, I just want to bring a priest about.
Come on, Bible shop.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
That's exactly what we're looking at. Get out of hand.
If I could, and that's the reason why, like you said, we can't be like these other nations, because they live a diabolical life. Right. You know what I'm saying? They into being perverse. They into being, an alternate lifestyle. We can't do things like that.
Right.
What? Look at the evidence now. Look at the facts now. We have the most sexual transmitted disease right now is the black community. Because we want to live a filthy life like the heathens do. We want to go around smoking weed. We want to go around smoking cigarettes. We want to celebrate these wicked holidays. And this is the reason why we are dying day in, day out. Because we want to be like them. And guess who whooping our behind? It's the Lord. The Lord said, do these words or you will suffer. Right. Do what I say to do, like a good father. Do what I say to do or I will whoop your behind. And this is what's happening right now. He's whooping Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans behind, man, because we don't want to listen. Right. Because we want to be like everybody else. It's like
exactly. Like that's the whole point. And we would know that concert.
So Slack, if I may real quick, what we just bringing out was heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, like all the things that you say we were suffering from. Those things, make us crazy out here. We out here, we crazy enough to rob another brother. We crazy out here, to kill another brother or sister, Like, we really out here crazy, right? But, the thing about it is, like you said, if we had these records, we would understand. We crazy, but we just, are not crazy enough. Just not, that much crazy enough to, follow the Most High Christ. You understand? Like, and it's just heavy because, being in this truth, you have to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be, a fool for Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because us being in this truth, everybody looks at us like we're crazy. Right. You understand? And this crazy is so much simpler. Well, I wouldn't say simpler, but this crazy is a lot different, than being crazy in the world. You know what I'm saying? And if you just come over, and you willing to be crazy for the Most High, you know what I'm saying, you can definitely see a change. Right.
Damn right. Damn right. And if I could just piggyback off that, like being crazy being crazy enough to do what your oppressor will do. You know what I mean? The same thing that he did to keep you at the bottom, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man. That's only gonna keep us in this condition. Because like we brought out earlier, even if you can reach the, the heights of the Diddy, Jay-Z, the Kanye, you reach that level of wealth and influence, you're still under your oppressor.
Right.
So we can try to get it how we can, get it how we live, under our oppressor, but we're never going to get to, because really we want to be in positions of rulership so that we can get out of this condition, so that we can change the condition of how our people is living. Ain't that the reason why we started selling drugs in the first place? Right. So that we can give back to the community, so that we can put, so that we can be able to put our brothers on and try to spread the wealth. Ain't that the reason why we started? But we're not gonna get it if we do those type of things. We're only gonna, if we're doing the things that our oppressor teaches us to do and finding our comfort and trying to make it out of this condition by doing that, then we're just gonna stay in this condition and perpetuate and continue to live this condition over and over.
Right.
Let me get you was about to say something?
Yeah, this really
okay, no sir, about the shot. And if I could, let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 30 real quick.
You know what you saying about the levels to it, like how black, you're a successful black man, but you always have the oppressor over you. So you look at one thing I've been researching about the Beyonce album, is country. We all know Beyonce is a world-renowned artist,
right?
From goddamn China to America. You know what I'm saying? They know Beyonce, but once he stepped into that genre of country, they don't know her no more. That's proof to tell you that if you black and you in that industry or any type of industry, man, sports, entertainment, man, they don't look at you as the same. And like you saying, so heavy, man. Like this is not a resting place, man. You try to make it up to that level, man. You still like the young warrior said, we just niggas at the end of the day. That's how they look at us, man.
It's heavy. It's heavy you just said that. That's right. It's heavy you just said that because like you look at like Beyonce, like she's a well-renowned artist from she's nation or international. You know what I mean? To the point where they literally got a church like worshiping her as a god and using her songs as like you know what I mean? They really like worshiping her as a god. Same with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? For the longest, the whole the whole Illuminati, it revolved around him being like God. Like he called himself Hov. And that was like he started doing that. It was just like, well, like that's, even though that's how people look at them, we still are, it's still a huge gulf fix between our oppressor and his wealth and how he can get it and us and the rich or who we look up to. Like our Jay-Z's and Beyonce's. Those heavy just said that. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 30 and verse 21. And we just read in in Exodus chapter 6 how Moses was going to the people and saying that you know what I mean, he was just following the instructions of the Most High. He said, tell the people that I am their God and they are my people, and I'm going to deliver them out of Egypt. I'm going to take away their bondage. You know what I mean? I'm going to take them out of this bondage in this hellish condition that they in. And they heard all of that in the middle of their bondage. Now, if you in jail, right, or you in a hellish condition, you know what I mean, you in the hood, and somebody come to you and be like, hey, I'm about to take you out of this condition. You know what I mean? I'm about to get you up out of this condition. You would be like, shit, let's go. Like, let's get on. Let's get out of here. But in the midst of their bondage, because they was going through, because it was so rigorous, because it was so rigorous,
Right.
they heard what Moses said, and instead of getting hope, instead of being galvanized by it, they didn't listen to Moses because of anguish of spirit, because of the pain that they were in, right, and because of their bondage.
Right.
Now, let me get that. You got it?
I got it. Well, what is it, 30?
30 and 21.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
See, this is what happens when we give our minds over to heaviness. When we just, all we can see is the condition that we're in right in front of us, and we look up, you know what I mean? We look around and we don't see no hope. It seems like we not ever, you know what I mean? This is just what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? You just see generation after generation where your grandparents is poor, your parents is poor, you know what I mean? Your aunties and your cousins is poor and struggling, and you know what I mean? All you see is the poverty of your people, and the only way out is, you know what I mean? If you give your mind over to heaviness, you're gonna feel like, and then on top of that, you'd have lived an entire poor life, generation after generation, and then you'd have seen your grandparents work, be poor off for 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and then go into the dirt, you know what I mean, poor, not understanding that we come back. Right. You're gonna give your mind over to that heaviness, and that's exactly how we end up, you know what I mean, trying to chase after getting it how our oppressor gets it. Right. You know what I mean, doing all the robbing and the murdering and or the taking life, and you know what I mean, things like that. But the scripture just said, read that again, Bob Kashan.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
See, this is the important part right here. Like, when you see the condition that you in, I mean, no matter how tough whatever you dealing with, don't give your mind over to that, man. Don't give your mind over to it. Read verse 22, Bob Kashan.
Verse 22. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolonging his days.
So we giving our minds over to that happiness, and we just downtrodden. We feel like there's no way out. Without these records, that's how we gonna feel. You know what I mean? Concert.
Yeah, I got a question. So, if they don't give their mind over to heaviness, what should they give their mind over to?
Let me get you mind go reading verse 21 again?
21.
Come.
Verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
Right. So, like, what is that describing? Like if you had to put it in practical terms, like today, or like what someone is like today, like a person is giving their mind over to heaviness and they're afflicting themselves with their own counsel.
Like such as all these spiritual people, like Rashad Jamal, these nature boys, all the people getting tucked down. Now you go look at their mud shots in jail, they look melted. But once you so build up in this world on yourself with all this energy and all this spiritual stuff, now you so built up, you shouldn't be looking the way how you looking on these mug shots facing your time. You should have so much confidence and built up in everything that you done did. On that mug shot, you should be smiling. You should still have faith in yourself, but that ain't the way to do it. The only way you can do it is through the Lord's word, through commandments, and following these laws and really understand that we are God's chosen people.
On Most High in Christ.
Yeah.
That's a great answer, Ak, but to make it just a little bit more simple, people who give themselves over to heaviness and afflict themselves with their own counsel, they're usually by themselves.
Right.
They're alone. That's a person who goes to like a breakup and they're in their room all day playing the slow, sad songs. You know what I'm saying? And just you know, they torn apart over their partner that left them, male or female, right? You got maybe a close family member or a close friend that you love that died, and you don't feel like being bothered with people, so you separate yourself, right? And you afflict your mind with heaviness and afflict your mind with your own counsels. What does that mean? You're trying to figure it out by yourself.
Right.
You understand? The Lord did not set it up for us to deal with problems by ourselves. The solution is always going to be in your brother or your sister.
Right.
The solutions are in us. You know what I'm saying? So the giving your mind over to heaviness means you're carrying something alone. Moses was on that hill when he was at war with Amalek. He had Joshua and Caleb holding his arms up. And Moses was the leader of the nation. He still needed help. We can't do this thing by ourselves. And in the moment that we think that we can solve a problem or the solution is in us alone, that's when we destroy ourselves. So the gladness, where does the gladness come from? Right? The gladness comes from when I see my brothers.
Right.
Every time I see my brothers and I look at them, I get energy. I get strength because the strength is in us, not us being alone. So like that was it.
Right. Water for that thing. And that's exactly, again, like we started the class off. Like that's why it's such an evil thing what your Christian churches teaches our people, because this Bible is about Blacks, Hispanics, or so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, biblically the nation of Israel, being together and being one people under the Most High. But with us trying to, or with the Christian churches and what they teach us, they got us. Not only are we scattered physically amongst all these nations, amongst all these different, and all these different nations of people, but we're scattered spiritually because our spirit, we go through a tough time and we feel like, we're scattered. We feel like the solution is in, in leaning to, our oppressors, going into this doctrine, marrying this strange nation of people, befriending this strange nation of people, going into their ways of, easing their pain and soothing their, soothing their hardships. But, sir.
So like if I may, just kind of, touching on what you and Officer Thomas always saying, America would never go, to Africa, and ask them how to conduct, their country or what they should do, to govern themselves and govern their people. Japan would never go to Korea, to ask them what they should do to govern their people, how they should, how they should run their business. You understand?
Right.
And it's the same thing with Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We have to understand that it's not for us to go to our oppressor and figure out, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, as a people. Barakatah Yahweh Shah for Commander General Yohana raising up the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, because now we understand where we need to go to, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We have our own nation, right. You understand? And we have, the leaders set up in place, to go to, to figure out how we should conduct ourselves as a people, as a nation. You understand?
Right.
And that's what we have to come back to. It's like,
right.
You read that Ecclesiasticus 30 real quick again, verse 21. And everything all these priests been saying is so damn heavy. Like the reason why. Well, I'll let you read it first.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over the mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
The reason why we give ourselves, the reason why we, like the priest said, like we go through hardships, we go through things, and we try to carry it on our own. It's because when we look at the condition of our people, and we see that this brother in the same condition that I'm in. He poor just like I am. you know what I mean? He in poverty just like I am. He's, you know, or this, that, and the third, you name it. And instead of having respect to that, you know what I mean, to your brother going through the exact same thing as you going through, and having respect to that, being able to go to your brother who can relate, we look at that and we be like, you, if you ain't like, I know you heard this before, where a brother be like, well, if you ain't got no money or you ain't got X amount of dollars in your bank account, then we can't have no it's not really much that we could talk about, because you poor just like me, or you're poor and I'm not. So like the priest said, like we afflict ourselves in our own counsel, because we feel like we alone, but we don't have nobody. Concert.
If I could, just real quick, because what the scripture is saying it's for us to train on. Because when the scriptures say that we have to renew our mind, you know, we are repeating and parroting what America has taught us.
Right.
They taught our daughters this. They grow into women, into mothers, to be independent. I don't need a man, right? Like how you just said, and the young warrior said. I don't know the brother's name. I think his name is Yaki Awaken, but he talks about how a real man, he covers 100% of everything. He pays for everything, and a real man takes care of another woman's kids at 100% and her, because that's what a real man does. If your daddy wasn't there, I'll be there. All this kind of stuff, right? But as I'm listening to him speak, it sounded good. I can hear the woman like that, you know, praise Jesus, right? But what I didn't hear was brotherhood.
Right.
I didn't hear any compassion, right? And see, this is the heavy thing. Christianity has taught us to want somebody to pay for our mistakes, and we don't have to put up nothing. When you hear sisters talk about you got to come in and do everything, they believe in white Jesus still. They believe that I've committed all these errors and mistakes in my life, and somebody needs to come and save me. Now, the scriptures say that the husband is the savior of the wife, the savior of the body, for us to give our lives for it. But we know the truth that Christ making that sacrifice means what? That we owe him everything. Right. That we have to prove ourselves to him, because he paid the ultimate price. He didn't have to do that. He wasn't a sinner. There can be no entitlement in the kingdom. The Lord don't need you. He don't owe you a goddamn thing. And we and the ISUPK don't need us. Right. We owe the ISUPK. The ISUPK don't owe us anything. Right. We're the reason why Christ had to be slaughtered that way. So how can we sit back and say, hey man, look, man, I need you to pay for everything I did. Look, Christ died for all my sins, past, present, and future. It's very disrespectful. And as the scriptures say, it's you trampling on the blood of the Son of God, right? So I said to say this: if we have respect for what Christ did, then we should go to our brother. We should know in our head that it's selfishness, that when I'm dealing with a situation, it's selfish for me to keep it to myself. This is my problem. Damn, that means that when you commit an error, you feel like it's your problem too. But we know that if one of us sins, it affects what? The entire body.
Right.
It's all rooted in selfishness, huh? You feel what I'm saying? So when we have a problem, you know how you release the bondage and the affliction? Go get counsel. Right. Don't afflict yourself with your own counsel. Right. Go get counsel from men that are looking outside of the box and can give you the solution. Right. Or go get the brotherhood with your brothers and go chill with them. They go say something slick and funny, how you laughing, you done forgot about it, then say, no, this ain't no issue. By the time you get home, it's like, dang, this ain't even a big deal. Or the Lord already worked it out for you. Seek out the brotherhood. That's why we say we at war, but brotherhood is a weapon. Right. It really is the weapon. Right. You know what I'm saying? We not Pharisees. Yes, it's the commandments, but all this is about, all the commandments are teaching us to do is what? Be together. Salaki. Right. Damn right.
It's kind of piggyback on what Officer Thomas was saying. I mean, that was so heavy because, you know, the audacity to think, you know what I'm saying, that this school, you know, or the Most High or Christ owes us anything. You understand? You know, the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying, we didn't choose the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High chose us. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that we should be sitting up here is saying, you know what I'm saying, Barakatah Yahweh, you know, why Yahweh Shah, you know, for being chosen. You understand? Because if we wasn't chosen, just we could still be out here the walking dead. You know what I'm saying? With no hope, no life, no nothing. So what that priest brought out was absolutely so heavy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owes us a damn thing, especially the Most High, because He already chose you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if that ain't, you know, if that ain't good enough, like I don't know what you expected. You understand? Because now you have a chance at life. You understand? It's life.
Right. Yeah. And like these priests keep reiterating, the only way to go to war is brotherhood. Is for us to be a nation again. It's for us to come back to our records and follow our culture. It's the only way. Like we can't do it outside of that.
That's right.
Because we've tried that. Like the priest brought out earlier. We've tried, you know what I mean, trying to lean on ourselves, trying to you know what I mean, lean on our own understanding and afflict ourselves our own counsel, trying to constantly, you know what I mean, become a hermit and try to solve our own issues. We tried that. We tried to you know what I mean, every man for himself thing. We tried that already.
Right.
The only thing that's gonna help Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans go to war with our condition today is brotherhood. It's for us to come together and be a nation.
That's right.
Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. Please.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare their soul for temptation.
See, it's like, let me get there with you. You want reading it one more time? I'm going to get there right with you.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare their soul for temptation.
See, and this is another thing. This is another thing that's so evil about your Christian church. Like, again, they taught you this prosperity doctrine. They teach you that I mean, God loves everybody. And if you put those two things together, God loves everybody, and the Most High is about prosperity, then you're gonna have no choice, or it's gonna be damn near impossible for you not to look at your oppressor as godly, especially when they got that white Jesus, that animal on the wall. Right. I mean, portraying Christ. You know what I mean? But what you got to understand is that this Bible ain't got nothing to do with God loving everybody, or you know what I mean, you being prosperous and that equating to, you know what I mean, the Most High loving you, or that being godly. Read that again, Bob Kashai.
Verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare their soul for temptation.
Now prepare thy soul for prosperity.
Prepare their soul for temptation.
So when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare for, as soon as you come up out the world and you start changing your life, you get off that you know what I mean, getting high. You know what I mean? You put the blunt down, you put the pork down, you get about that Christian church. Just know that everything is going to be against you. Everybody is going to hate you for not being part of that Christian church, not doing the things that they do, not celebrating all these holidays that they want to try to push to you and make sound or make seem normal. You know what I mean? They trying to normalize you celebrating the constantly over and over, holiday by holiday, you celebrating the unaliving of your people. You know what I mean? And they trying to normalize it. But once you separate from that and you start saying, I'm not eating that turkey on Thanksgiving because I give a damn about the Native Americans, then everybody's going to start to hate you, man. And once you start to come to serve the Lord, then you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted by your family. You're going to be tempted by your friends. You're going to be tempted by your oppressor. You're going to be tempted by all different types of things, man. And that's what you should expect when you come serve the Lord, man. Things that, you know what I mean, ain't no prosperity doctrine. That's not true. Not to say that, you know what I mean, not to say that, you know what I mean, you should just want to, well, I'm going to leave that alone. Verse 2, Bob Kashai.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Haste in time of trouble.
Okay, Lord. You set your heart aright, man. And endure, man. The only way to endure, the only way to be able to endure and go to war with this thing is to have your brothers with you, is to be with your nation, man. And when you you know what I mean, when things do start to get hard, when things are looking grim, when you going through some things, because you are gonna go through things, you lean on your brothers, man.
Right.
Go ahead, read on. And make not haste in times of trouble. So you going through something, you know what I mean? Don't be hasty. Don't be so quick to get out of it, man. Because that's where you're gonna start to make a mistake. That's where you're gonna start to do stupid things and bury yourself, man. Instead of leaning on your brothers who can, you know what I mean, who can give you guidance, who can give you counsel, who can give you the answer. Or if they don't have an answer, they can direct you to somebody who does.
That's right.
And get you the actual, you know what I mean, get you actual solutions for your problems.
Right.
Rather than these band-aid solutions we tend to lean on that
Right.
keep us in the situation long term. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou have man be increased at the last end.
So especially when you're going through some difficult times, man, you gotta cleave to the Most High, man. You gotta cleave to what what it says in these scriptures, man. You especially when you're going through some difficult times, man. I know I know it sounds good, you know what I mean? When things is good, everybody up, you know what I mean? It's good to, you know what I mean, have a drink, you know what I mean, kick it with your brothers and all of that. But you gotta have that same spirit, the same way you want to be around your brothers when everything good and you up and everything. You gotta have that same spirit when you down too.
Right.
And lean on your brothers, man. Call your brothers up. You know what I mean? If whatever it is, you know what I mean? Cleave to these instructions that the Most High gave us, man. Cleave to this nation that the Most High gave us, man. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 4, whatsoever is brought up unto thee, take cheerfully, and be patient, when thou art changed to a low estate.
All right, so just be patient, man. These hard times ain't gonna last forever. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
Because gold is tried in the fire, man. Gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. So the thing that you're going through is to try you, man. The thing that you're going through is to, you know what I mean, you don't put plastic in in a furnace. You know what I mean? But you going through that furnace, you know what I mean, of affliction, or it's like a furnace of adversity, you know what I mean? That's gonna purge any of those impurities that you might have in you. You know what I mean? You get to going through things, you cling on to the Most High, and you keep this nation and these laws, statutes, and commandments dear to you during those hard times, man. You keep your brothers, your nation close to you during these hard times, man. You're gonna be increased, man. You're gonna come out fine gold at the end. Let's see. Good. Oh, you had something?
Yeah,
Come.
All right, it's the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2. Bear ye one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ died for us to take on. Your burden is my burden. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this same thing together, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know what I'm saying, most high in Christ. And that's what we lost as Black and Hispanics and Native Americans. We lost that brother burden out there in that street corner is mine. We got that same look, that's what Christ died for. He died for us to come back together, not to separate. You know what I'm saying? And how we come back together, we fight with each other. Fight that burden, fight the oppression together, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ died for, so.
Damn right. Damn right. What you said is absolutely correct, man. And brotherhood, at the end of the day, brotherhood is the ultimate weapon. Like in all things, man. You know what I mean? You lean on your brothers, man. You getting counsel and you following through with it. You know what I mean? You leaning on your brothers, talking to your brothers, and it's not anything you can't get through, man. It's not. I mean, you gonna find your answer. I mean, it ain't no magic. You know what I mean? That's what, and you know what I mean. We like to think that, especially coming out that Christian church, we see how evil and how disgusting your the Christian church is and the things that they teach and how ass backward it is. So we leave the Christian church and we become spiritual. But that right there, like us, we don't even realize, like us trying to become spiritual or individuals, and we you know what I mean, we just reading the Bible and the Quran and the whatever the hell else. You know what I mean? We trying to be spiritual all on our own. That's how you end up jammed up.
Right. It's like my kid.
Concert.
It's not in the scripture that says they that separate themselves being sensual. Javier, you got that? Having separated themselves, I think.
Oh, I got it. Jude 1:19.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 19. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit.
Having what?
Having not the spirit.
I would say that precept to you because what you said is that when you separate yourself, like you ask people, like, okay, what do you what do you do? Or I'm spiritual. They're sensual.
Right.
They're sensual.
Right.
That's why the people that call themselves spiritual, it always kind of resort back to some type of sexual deviancy. You know what I mean? The yoga, the yoni stones,
Right.
The rocks, the beads, what's the stuff they be burning, the sage, right?
Right.
And then all the Alania chakras, then it all come back to what? You know, to like the tantric, the sex, and all, it all come back to some type of sexual deviancy, man. Because you become sensual, or it's now, you know, weed is of the earth and of God, and this is part of spirituality. Ayahuasca, and taking some type of, you know what I mean, some peyote tea or something, right? Because they're sensual. You know what I'm saying? Because to be spiritual means to do what? To battle your flesh.
Right.
Right.
Listen, to have brotherhood, you have to battle your flesh, because why? We as men, the Lord gave us a spirit of dominion. So in our heads, it's like, I can handle this myself. I gotta tell my brother all my business, everything that's going on with me, right? But that's not spiritual. You have to battle yourself, because we're supposed to have the same mind, the same judgment, right? The same viewpoint. But how can we have the same mind and same viewpoint if I don't know what you're dealing with?
Right.
That's why it's so important for us as leaders. Our job is to have solutions for the people that come in here to get help from us. We have to have a solution.
Right.
It's not like we might have one. We have to provide a solution for them.
Right.
And the only way that we can do that is by relying on each other. It ain't just one person that's going to happen. You see the scriptures all the time. Right. Israel had the issue. They gathered together to seek the Lord.
Right.
And then they say the Spirit of the Lord came on this brother.
Right.
And he spoke up and said, you know what I'm saying? Or it came on this brother and he spoke up and said, the Lord is going to utilize everything that's in the body to get the situation done. Sometimes your ear is going to be the solution. Sometimes the eye is going to be the solution. Sometimes the nose can smell the bullshit. It's going to be the solution. Sometimes it's the mouth. You got to check somebody, let them know that's not right. You're incorrect.
Right.
Sometimes it's going to be the eyes. Just watching. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have it's the body. It's all of us. It's like
Right.
Absolutely correct. Let's see. Let me get Proverbs chapter 17 real quick. Verse 17. See, what all these priests is bringing out is so heavy, and it all revolves around brotherhood. Like Like that's us coming together and being coming together as a nation and leaning on one another. That's what it all revolves around. But because the Christian church is taking the spirit of warfare out of us, because you know what I mean, we try to lean on, or we try to be like our oppressor. Your oppressor is selfish.
Right.
Your oppressor he live by the sword, like we talked about earlier. And the only thing he give a damn about is what he could put in his belly and what he can do to satisfy his lust.
Right.
And to prop himself up, to make himself a god. You know what I mean? That's all, you know what I mean? That's all your oppressor gives a damn about. You look at you know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna leave that alone. But that's all your oppressor gives a damn about. So if we take on that spirit, then it's just going to lead to us just being selfish and isolating ourselves, which is going to ultimately lead to us being and continuing to be destroyed. I mean, and all we going to do, you know what I mean, when we leaning on ourselves, all we going to do is all we going to have if we can't lean on one another, we can't, no wonder all we can do is look at the, you know what I mean, we look at the blunt and see the blunt concert.
I was gonna say, don't leave that point, because what you're saying is heavy. Like, look, the oppressor, like you said, he's trying to be God to do what? To satisfy his lust, right? So then we think that's what God is. It's the power to get what we want. That's what a lot of women in the world look at as power. Oh, this brother's able to get resources and he can provide for me. He has the power to gain all these resources and they give me what I want. They want a man who appears to be a god of the world so he can worship them and give them what they want, right? Now, what does the scripture say? It said that the Lord has made all things for his what? For his pleasure. But the world was made for what? Our sakes.
Right.
That means that the Lord gets pleasure out of seeing blacks, Hispanics, and Indians in full power. Right. He gets joy out of watching us be strengthened. Your oppressor gets joy out of watching you be destroyed.
Right.
And then, like you said, when you take on that spirit, now it's like, I gotta feed my family. I gotta make sure I eat. That's not the spirit of the Lord, man. Let me tell you something, man. The Commander General Yohana, he held this down because of his loyalty, because of his understanding of what this thing is and how many families and lives he can save. So when he sees us all gathered together at Passover like a good shepherd, he's looking at a flock that don't belong to him, but that it belongs to the Lord, but they're thriving. Right. There's no lean cattle and thick cattle. Some cattle are fat, some are thin. Why? Because some of the cattle aren't eating. The fat cattle are getting everything for themselves, and then the small cattle over here starving. No, he wants everybody to be fed as is needed. That's what a good leader does, man. Right. A good leader wants to see the strength in the men that he serves. You understand? He gives them power. Because what's better? Listen, what does a dad want to see? His son swinging that sword and doing this thing out there in the battlefield? Right. Like, yeah, that's my boy right there. You know what I'm saying? You see my boy? Right? That every good father wants to see his son be powerful and strong. But Christ said, "Ye are of your father the devil, and his lust you gonna fulfill." He was a murderer from the beginning. What good father want to see his son be a murderer? To be a thief, right? No, man. The Lord called. He said, "What? You are a royal priesthood, a nation of kings and priests, man." Right. That's what he desired for his children. So, man, so, man, look, man, we can't be like, listen, man. I know if my daughter came home wearing some crazy, like I seen the picture with the sister at the prom. She had the entire sheer dress on. Right. And had like the little the nipple plates or whatever, and then like no drawers, like there was a little V velvet thing to cover her privates, but was completely had no drawers or bra under her dress, and she's standing there posing with the boy. Seeing that, if I was mother, that would have broke my heart, man. Right. That's what the Lord see when you dealing with an issue and you by yourself and trying to handle it your own, because you're turning into a hoe. Right. Because why do hoes become hoes? Because they're trying to find a solution and they equip themselves with their own counsel and they're trying to solve that problem on their own, and it turns them into a prostitute. That's why he said, none of the daughters of Israel shall become prostitutes, lest the land be filled with what? Whoredom. that becomes the spirit in our people, that money can fix our problems and not each other. Because if it's this big burden and 20 of us all start breaking on a rock, we're gonna break that rock down faster. It may take 3 or 4 days, but if I was doing it by myself, it could take me a lifetime, and I'll never get it. I'll never get the goal accomplished. Right? The Lord wants us doing everything together. That's it, man. Listen, don't be a hoe. So
damn right. You got that Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 17, Con.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born of adversity.
Read that part again.
Verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
Born for adversity. Right. That's what your brother is for. Like the priest been bringing out all night. Your brother is born for adversity. You know what I mean? When I know it's easy for us to, it's all good when things is good. You know what I mean? We coming together, we laughing and drinking, brotherhood and all of that. But your brother is born for times when things ain't so good. Right. I mean, that's why it's so important for us to be a nation. For us to separate from our oppressors, man, and exclude them. Because they can't be a part of this, man. They can't be the cause of our oppression and then also be included in our brotherhood. You know what I mean? And we include them in our family manners. We leaning on them. You know what I mean? We got to lean on one another.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your brother was born for adversity. Your that's what brotherhood is for. But let me see. But that's why that's how you go to war. That's how you do it. That's the first thing. You know what I mean? You going through some stuff. You got some stuff on your plate. Go to your brothers, man. Go to your brothers, man, and that's how you gonna win that war. Go ahead, preach.
If I could, it's heavy what you're bringing out because what do they say? Like dealing with war tactics, right? The enemy got to break the first line of what? The first line of defense. So I'm gonna just read this precept. It says, it's like Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 16. I start at verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that had found such, and one had found a treasure. Nothing does countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. It's like I just want to bring that piece up.
Now, if you look at it, like what you just said was so heavy, because like you look at it on the flip side, right? And you don't value your brother during, you know what I mean? Especially if you're going through something difficult, you don't value your brother, you don't look to your brother, then where does that leave you? You know what I mean? That means what's good, Bruce? Come on, Bob Shot.
It's like what you said, so him, you said, where they leave you? They leave you to that curse. That you'll go to them and need and want for all things. You'll go to the oppressor, and that's what keep us in that doggone cycle as we live in the curse as a people. But what y'all bring out so heavy is how you break that curse by going to your brothers, by fighting for your brothers. That's breaking that curse. That's breaking that generational curse. That's called. That's what we breaking here in the ISUPK, man. And when y'all bring it out so heavy, man, it's like, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters need to hear this. Because we want to go to our own devices. That's why crack cocaine came about. When the brothers lost jobs, they went to their own device. Who they got to go to? Hey, I can't get no money. I can't get no money. Who do I go to? Drugs right here. Boom. Send it to your people. Now the mom and daddy at the house. Now the babies are in the systems. It's clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Because we leaning on our own devices, man. It's like.
Real quick, and what Officer Bond just brought out, man, what the priest brought out is so heavy because a lot of our logic in the environment is I have to do this. I don't have a choice. I'm a product of my environment, right? But it's so deep because when we came up out of slavery, we built cities, right? We built schools. We built airports, hospitals. During the Dust Bowl in the 1930s, while the rest of the country was in what they call the Great Depression, Black communities were thriving. That's where you got the Rosewoods and the Black Wall Streets, because it was the jealousy and envy of the other communities looking at us thriving and wondering how we were doing it. You know what I'm saying? The two things that we lacked, we had the brotherhood, we had the love for each other. Why? Because we were suffering the same oppression from the same enemy. But we lacked the knowledge of the Lord, man. And so we didn't have this protection. So when they came in to harm us, we didn't have this protection because we were some doctors and lawyers and agriculturalists and all that, but we was eating pig. Eat pork chops. We were still cleaning up chitlins. So the Lord's like, yeah, I see y'all. You got that, but you ain't got that. And Christ told the Pharisees this. He said, you should have done the one thing and not left the other thing undone. That's what we have now in ISUPK, to be perfect. Not to do, okay, I keep the commandments, but I just smoke a little bit of weed, right? Or I don't smoke no weed, but I just, I had sex with my brother's wife. We got to do it all. We got to do it all. Slide.
I want to just piggyback off the topics I was saying. I mean, realistically, you got to think about this. The things that you want to accomplish in life, realistically, what can you do by yourself?
Right.
I mean, what can you do by yourself? You got to go to a bank to get some help. You know what I'm saying? You got to, go to this place to get you. There's nothing really in this life that you can do by yourself. It's just that as Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we're going to the wrong people for help. You know what I'm saying? We're going to our enemy. You know what I'm saying, for help. We're trying to link that chain. You know what I'm saying, with our enemy instead of linking that chain. You know what I'm saying, with our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Real quick, if I could, let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse start at verse 48 real quick. What these brothers is bringing out is so damn heavy, and it's so damn heavy. Because brotherhood, oh my God, brotherhood has been the foundation of this nation since the beginning, and it's been the reason why we in this condition since the beginning. And I'm gonna show you right here. You can read it whenever you got it. 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 48. And this is what your Christian, you hear this a lot. Go ahead, you go ahead and read it.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For thou was thou that sinned. Thou art not fallen alone, but we all come of thee.
So you hear this a lot in the Christian church, right? Where it's like Adam and we look at Adam and Eve like they is the worst type of person in the world. Right. We're like, man, why Adam have to? What they say in the Christian, they say, why Eve have to? Why Adam have to eat the apple, or Eve have to eat the apple? That's what we put all the problems on this earth on Adam and Eve, and that's that's partly the truth, but we missing something. What did Adam do? Like, what did he do? Like, he was the Most High giving them the knowledge to be able to have dominion over the entire the garden, right? He had given them the understanding to be able to organize the garden, to be able to have everything under his command, and to make it prosper, right? Just much like we want to do today. We want to try to make our lives prosperous. We want to try to gain all this knowledge and information so that we can try to organize our lives and be able to achieve some sort of success in our lives. But what's the one thing, even though he had all that understanding to be able to put the garden in order, what was the one thing that he did? Concert.
I was gonna say he was weak behind his woman.
Well, he definitely did that. But he was weak behind his woman, and that made him do what?
Sin against the Most High God.
Okay. What was the sin?
Oh, okay. But basically, it was looking to other nations for his solutions.
Give him a hand. That was the problem from the beginning. Like the Most High gave us everything we needed. He gave us each other. He gave us everything we needed so that we can have dominion over the entire earth, so that we can rule like he intended from the beginning. But that wasn't enough. We like we do today. It's not enough for us to have one another where I understand your pain and you understand my pain, and I understand. I understand your child's pain and your child understand. Like we understand one another. We go through the same thing. It's not enough. That's not enough. Typically, though, we feel like for us to get out of this condition, we have to lean on these other nations, man. And that was the problem from the beginning. So now let's get verse 57.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
So this is the condition of our battle right now. See, a lack of brotherhood, us depending on these other nations is what made us suffer these curses. That's what made us be scattered amongst these nations. That's what put us in this condition today. So right now, today, the battle that we have to fight is leaning on one another, right, and separating from these other nations, man. Right. And that's the battle that we're supposed to fight today, man. Go ahead, read verse 58.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. So
for us these autumn curses that's written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, all of those rest on brotherhood. If we separate, if we want to follow after these other nations, no sweat. But we're gonna suffer these curses, man. But if we get the victory and we fight this war with one another, and we lean on one another, and we come back to our culture and identity and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and follow the Most High who put the spirit of war in us, if we fight it like that, then we're going to get the victory and receive all the blessings that we were promised from the beginning by the Most High. The only power that could get us out of this condition.
That's right.
Slack it. Before we is there anybody else want to bring anything else up?
No, if I could, I just want to bring out a precept just to add to what you're saying about, you know what I'm saying, like the brotherhood and us doing it as a nation. This is Joshua 24 and verse 19. And Joshua said unto the people, ye cannot serve the Lord, for he is an holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. If ye forsake the Lord your God to serve strange gods, he will turn you to do you hurt and consume you after that he hath done you good. And the people said unto Joshua, nay, but we will serve the Lord. And Joshua said unto the people, ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen the Lord to serve him, and they said, we are witnesses. So this is just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we need each other, just like, you know what I'm saying, we told the Lord in the wilderness who's going to serve him. We can't just turn around now and say, you know what, I'm going to just do it by myself. I don't need my brothers. Listen, the same way we took an oath, you understand, in the wilderness with our brothers, man, we got to come back and turn to the Lord and serve him together as a nation, man.
That's right. All right. I'm right.
If I may, real quick, you know, like, it's just so heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because the only way to serve the Lord is to serve your brothers, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. So
I'm right.
Now, if I could, Salakia, like, it's crazy. When you were speaking, man, I could feel like the death. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, raising the we ask for the power to raise the dead. You understand? Like, it's like we when Christ said let the dead bury the dead, Christ was watching Thriller every day. You know what I'm saying? He was watching Thriller every day, man. Right now, people talk about having motion. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody with motion, and it's dead motion. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if we're together in the work, that's why the Most High said, he said the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Those that are willing to work, and not just work, but work together. Right. Work together. He said, but pray to the Lord of the harvest that he might send laborers. All right, please. All right, it ain't an order. All right, please get that done. All right. Okay, it ain't an order, but please get it done, man. Because we need to do that. Because and it's happening. The Lord's doing it. He's sending in laborers. Right. But we need to pray for that, all right? Because if we understand that brotherhood is the foundation and we got to strengthen our base, right? Then that means that the workers that come in here, they're coming into the right system. You understand? And we can get this work done for our king and get the hell up out of here. Right? You understand? So like that's it.
Most High Christ, brother. At the end of the day, as always, brotherhood is a weapon, man. Brotherhood is the tool that we're gonna use to get up out of here, man. Once we understand that, you know what I mean, then the sooner we can get up out of this hell, the sooner we can actually get the result that we want, which is getting out of this hell. You know what I mean? Coming up out of this, up under our oppressor, and having to lean on your oppressor for all things. With that, I don't see anything in the chat. Come. With that, we're gonna pass the class over to the young man for the security announcement. In my hand.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK starting out of 1 West 125th Street of New York, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. This is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment, Numbers 18, chapter 21. Yeah, chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi 3, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means tenth of the Hebrew. Ma'ashar, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming convocations. Announcement holy convocations for sheep. Remind. Feast of first fruits. Start after Sabbath, unleavened bread. Sundown, Sunday, April 28th, February 2024. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. Monday, June 17th, 2024. Start before sundown. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 10 through 20. 10 through 22. Memorial bowling. Remind Ashakayam and Akyam and Agrakyam to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If you want anyone to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, and headband / scarf. And this concludes the security announcement.
With that, we'll say Sarwak and Yahakadum. We're going to turn to face the east and do the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Blakukah, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Mashamayim, Luthunanawa, Lakum, Ko, Yawum, Masalaknau, Kawawaknau, Kasalaknau, Kawawakinau, Wala'ah, Tabi'anau, Wanasai one, Abo, Hawashai Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, La'awalamyu, Amud. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. All right, sir. Return to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. May the Israel Major Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Yad Yamata. So we're going to turn face to sisters, give a courtesy salute to the sisters. May the Israel Major Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Yad Yamata. Dismiss.